steel in Port Kembla. So I have a little bit of financial background, and then when I returned to Australia in 2007, 2008, I managed the $24 million, $30 million fund that was set up to establish the United States Study Centre. And as a result of my experience in the United States, seeing people buy houses on credit cards, I was very cautious of that fund, and we did survive. Now, the world has been rather stable for quite a while, but we're now approaching a new environment. Then came Trump, and I think everything I say today, we have to put into context of what's going to happen over the next 4 years. And Trump's quite an interesting character entering the White House. I was talking to some friends in Washington the other day who are quite close to the Secret Service, the people who guard President Trump or any president, and they're quite concerned about the potential of him being assassinated. And the main concern is that if somebody approached him, they'd have to yell out, "Duck Donald, Donald Duck." Donald Duck. So already we've seen higher interest rates in the United States, higher US dollar, growth of the stock market, but we really don't know what the underlying is to be. I lived in Japan in the 1980s at a time at the end of their boom. I think I mentioned in an earlier lecture that the Australian government sold the back of its garden at the Australian Embassy in Tokyo for $580 million, and it's the most expensive real estate deal ever done. The same piece of land today is probably worth no more than $30 million. You can still buy an apartment in Tokyo, a 2-bedroom apartment, for about $600,000 that you would have paid $2 million for 20 years ago. Japan's population is declining, its industry has declined, and it's had 20 years of slow growth and decline of its economy. And it's all a result of a housing boom and the great boom in the 1980s, where it's estimated at one point that the palace in Tokyo was worth more than the state of California. And we've seen booms around the world that built up to the 2008 asset bubble, and we're now working through that, but in the case of Japan, it took 20 years and still hasn't fully recovered. What's been driving the world for the last 20 years has been the growth of Asia, the growth of Asian economies. You can see how growing much faster than any other place in the world. And the main driver of that is China, and people have described what's happened in China in the last 20 years as the greatest achievement of mankind, where 600 million people have been raised out of poverty into a middle-income lifestyle. And that's provided the impetus for growth around the world. Things happened though. In 1987 we had Black Monday. Probably a lot of people don't remember that, but in a very short time the stock market collapsed there. 1991 we had the second oil shock, which caused the President Carter to lose his presidency as he was filmed giving a speech in a cardigan, and oil prices shot through the roof, had a severe impact on the economy. Move forward to 1997, the Asian financial upheaval, the Asian flu, with a Thai baht triggered a decline in Asian currencies around Southeast Asia in particular. Sorry, Mr. John. The economies slowed, a lot of difficulty there in Asia. People feared that Australia would really suffer at that time, but we really avoided a bullet, and mainly due to our reforming prime ministers over the next 10 years. You know, unlike other countries, Australia did put in place some major reforms that have lasted a long time. One of them, of course, was floating the Australian dollar. It really was the sinking of the Australian dollar, which dropped considerably. 3 prime ministers there that led our country. I think most of you are Australian here. Paul Keating there referred to Australia as likely to become a banana republic the way it was heading. Bob Hawke became Prime Minister, established the accord with the union movement, and John Howard, over his 10 years, saw a lot of change in the economy, particularly in superannuation, and also the introduction of GST. Move forward to the new millennium, the year 2000, a lot of optimism about the world was going to change, everything was going to be bright and rosy. There was one cloud on the horizon at the time. Do you remember the Y2K bug? This was going to destroy the world, things were going to stop, ships would stop sailing, clocks wouldn't run. I was working in Atlanta, Georgia at the time. I was Consul General there. We were given special radios, special codes to deal with the government's computers and systems. We stayed up till midnight and nothing happened. Nothing happened. So the Y2K bubble didn't really occur. Of course, later in that year, 2000, great expectations of the Olympics in Sydney, and again, we're looking for a bright hope of the future. But around that